Hello, everybody. My name is MrGamingGuitarist, and I am recording this video while doing a live stream. But me and the chat room, we were just talking about, I don't know, things to do when you feel upset, or you're angry, or anything of that sort, or you're depressed. And I instantly remembered there was a guy that I would listen to named Michael Singer. And I don't know if this video I'm about to watch is the same exact very first video or audio or whatever it is, the first thing I ever heard from him. But I feel like if my audience doesn't know Michael Singer, because in my previous live streams, I've talked about how much Joe Dispenza and Aaron Doty and Dr. K from Healthy Gamer, how much those three really saved my brain or my mental health, like lifting me out of depression to help me feel less depressed. Michael Singer is another one of those people. So anyway, this is called Stop Fighting Your Mind and Do This Instead. Here, all right, let's put the video back up. And I mean, it's not even a video, it's just, you're just watching subtitles, but here it is.
If you fight with your mind, you lose. You cannot fight with your mind. Will not solve this problem. The best you can do in battling with your mind is suppress. And suppression does not work. The energies that you suppress just mull around underneath and jump up and get you later, right? There's no benefit to suppressing. Therefore, there is no benefit to fighting your mind. None. That is not how you solve your issue with your mind. You start to look at mind eventually when you get clear enough, and you realize, mind is like weather. Sometimes it's stormy, sometimes it's balmy, sometimes it's drizzling, and sometimes it's pouring. And there are even tornadoes. Just as the weather has a cause behind everything it does, the mind has a cause behind everything it does.
I feel like that is very true. Because I've realized that, and that really resonates with me. The more you try to fight your mind, the more problems start to happen. Believe me, I have experienced it many times.
You just have to be wise enough to realize what you're looking at as mind, all this talking and judgment and changes and arguments and different stuff going on in there, that's just the surface. That's the end result of the forces that are causing the mind to be. If you want to have a deep, meaningful life and really grow very deeply spiritually very quickly, you have to go to the root of the mind. You have to go to the root to find out, why is the mind doing what it's doing? That journey is your entire spiritual journey. Once you've solved the mind, it's over. You'll see. It just happens by itself. Everything opens up inside. The mind is the anchor that is binding the soul to this situation. So you watch and you try to see, why does the mind say what it says when it says it? Why does it do what it does? Why does it like some things and not other things? And why does it keep changing its mind? What is going on? What are the forces there? And you look deep, and what you will see, in truth, behind all of mind, is that you care about the outcome. You care about what's going to happen.
That right there seems to be the primary source, and I'm just gonna speak for me, because I won't dare speak for anyone else. For me, that is very huge. Caring about the outcome is probably the number one core reason why I feel almost every negative emotion I've ever felt. It's because, most of my audience discovered me because of that one viral video that has 600,000 views. I cared too much about the outcome. Whenever I talk to a girl that I'm interested in, that I don't know, I go up to her, say, "Hi, my name's Jaren. How are you doing?" We have a conversation, and then she gives me her phone number. We exchange phone numbers, and then that's the end of it. That's the last I ever hear from them. And yet, when I text or call that particular girl who gave me her number, and I feel so awful inside. I feel terrible. It makes me feel less than human. Why does that happen? Now, thanks to Michael Singer, it makes a bunch of sense. Because I care too much about the outcome.
So that if you're going on a date with somebody, you care about whether they like you.
It's funny, he's saying exactly what I was saying.
I mean, it sounds trite. See, truth always sounds trite. Why? Because it's the truth. You care about what happens in the different situations you interact with each day. If you're going to work, you care if you get the raise. You care if you succeed. You care if somebody else does better than you do. You care if you get recognized. You care if you get yelled at. You care about every single thing that takes place. You have a way you want it to be, and you care if it turns out that way. That is why your mind is so active. If you will watch your mind, it's doing the following. It's telling you how you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's telling you how to get it that way. It's worrying about whether it will be that way. It's judging who's on your side, who's not, what forces are helping, what forces are going to hurt you. It's plotting and planning what to say, what not to say, judging you because you said something stupid. It's just in there constantly.
Now, it feels like, because I remember hearing him before, and everything he said before, and I don't remember what video it was, but everything he was talking about before truly resonated with me. Like, I think the reason why I'm a big fan of Michael, as well as Aaron and Joe and Dr. K, is because when they speak, it feels like they're describing me and how I feel way better than I could ever describe myself. So, yeah, let's move on.
Talking about what? How it wants to be and whether it's going to be that way, because I care about the outcome. It's all about caring about the outcome. Even in the past, I wanted it to be that way, but that was 5 years ago. The outcome, like, it just keeps mattering, and the mind just keeps talking about it. So that's one way to look about the mind. Let's say you really don't want something to happen. Do you notice that your mind cares whether it happens or not? What if I challenge that? What if I stop this intuitively obvious thing and just say, why? You will catch on one day that as long as you care about the outcome, your mind will never stop.
Yep.
You will have continuous problems. It will keep telling you what to do. It will fight with you all the time. And you will worry about every single thing that's going on. If I go out on a date with you and I care whether you like me or not, then I have to worry about whether you go out on a date with somebody else tomorrow. Then I have to worry about whether you called somebody up. Should I call them and check to see what you... Come on, you all been there in high school. Check to see what
I mean, I wasn't there in high school. I was always... I never fucking talked to... I mean, I did talk to girls, but I'm in the same... I guess the same situation where I have no idea how to flirt with women I'm attracted to. I don't know what flirting is, because I guess that's the difference between when someone sees you as just a friend versus, a person to date.
Said about you, it all becomes very complicated, doesn't it? You ever been there? What is that? The root of that is what you need to look at. The root of that is that you care about the outcome of that date. It was not just a date. It wasn't just, let's go out, spend some hours together, and then I'll take you home and I'll go home. Wasn't that fun? That's not what it was. It was, I care about the outcome, not the event. That's the problem. I don't care about the hours we spent together. I care about what you're thinking.
Guys, listen to this man. Listen. Because pretty much now, anytime people want to tell me, like anyone that's younger than me, when I do my live streams and they tell me, oh, I'm so depressed, I don't have a girlfriend, like people that had my old mindset, the first thing I will do now is point to this video, because it oh man, it's like everything he's saying, it's like, yes, yes, I agree, it's brilliant.
After you leave, I care about what you're going to tell other people. I care about feeling rejected. I feel about being accepted. I feel about looking. It's not about the simple event that took place, which was two people spending a few hours together.
Yes.
So we never talk like this. It's like it's so natural to be the other way that nobody even discusses what is truly natural and common.
So, yeah, because that was my deal, is I continue to always overthink, overanalyze, but thanks to like the same people that I mentioned before, I'm feeling a lot less of that more now than I have at any other previous stage of my life. So I know that at the very least I'm accomplishing something.
Which is, things are what they are, and here they are, and enjoy them and experience them when they're happening, and then deal with the next thing. And if you do that, the mind will stop bothering you. It's that simple. But you're not going to be able to do that until you understand what's really going on. So the first is, you have to see the mind's the cause of every problem you have. Then you have to see that that's because the mind has preconceived notions about everything should be, and it really cares about them. So now you have to question, why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Why am I making up what I want and I don't want with my mind instead of experiencing life? Why? Why can we not just accept reality, enjoy it, deal with it, interact with it, and keep going about our business of living our life? And why do we care so much about how we want things to be? And then we care about the outcomes and all that.
Let me see. Before he continues with that, I'm going to guess we all care so much about the outcome because, just for me, that's how it's always been my entire life. And I'm so glad I'm learning all of this stuff, realizing it, learning to internalize everything that Michael Singer's talking about here. I'm just so glad it's happening now at 29 and not, God forbid, 39 or 49 or fucking 59. But then remember though, even then, don't worry about your age. I would get so self-conscious, I would get so insecure about, oh no, I'm 29, I'm not a millionaire, I've never had a girlfriend, oh no, I'm 29, I'm still living in this really tiny house when I used to live in a very nice 2-story house, oh no, what does it all mean? Now, I'm learning, because I cared about the outcome. I'm not going with the flow. I'm not learning to breathe and just simply sit here and be here in the present moment.
And what you'll see when you look deeply, very deeply now, it all comes down to one point, is you'll start seeing, I'm not okay. That's probably the deepest realization.
I'm Not Okay is my favorite My Chemical Romance song. Probably because it's one of the few that I actually know.
And the most honest thing you will ever come to see. You have to look within yourself and see, I'm not okay. That's why I'm doing all this stuff. I'm not okay. That's why I asked you out on a date. And because I'm not okay, and that's why I asked you out on the date, I need something. I want something. I didn't really just want to go out with you. I wanted to be okay. That's what I wanted. And I thought that by going out with you, it would make me okay. But obviously the few hours we spent together didn't make me okay. By definition, I'm still not okay, right? So now I have to find out, do you want to go out again? That'll make me a little bit better. Or what are you telling other people? I got to worry about all the...
Because even though, of course, I've never been on a date, there was one time when I went, with a girl to go, if you guys want me to tell that story, that'll be for another time. But there was one time when me and a girl I was interested in went to go see a movie theater, but none of us ever said the word date out loud or anything of that sort. And so I don't think that really counts, because the way she looked at it, it was me, just her and a friend going to watch a movie. But anyway, but if you guys want to know more about that, I can tell it some other time. But anyway, I don't know why I got sidetracked like that, but that's why I still say I've never been on a date, because it's that was December 2022, by the way, when it happened. But it's oh god, now I'm opening a can of worms. I'll discuss that some other time.
The rest, because I'm really using everybody and everything to try and be okay. Terrible thing to say, isn't it? You better say it. It's that simple. And that's what's underneath all of it. That's what's underneath all the mind, is trying to figure out how to manipulate and control everything to be okay. Does my breath smell? Do I look good? Does my shirt tuck in right? In other words, how do I be okay? How do I be okay?
Okay, this is what I was trying to say earlier. It's like, even though I've never experienced dating, or I guess what you would call properly dating or anything like that, I can absolutely imagine what everything he's describing is what would be going on throughout my brain the entire time.
Okay. That's all it's saying all the time. It's just speaking in different languages. The language of relationship, the language of money, the language of possessions, the language of fear, the language of everything. Either you're trying to get things to be okay, or you're trying to avoid things that you think will make you worse.
Yes.
Who sees that? The reason I care about the outcome of anything, I don't care. I go to get a job, I get the job. And, I get the raise, I get the raise. I don't get the raise, I don't get the raise. People are happy with my work, they're happy with my work. They're not happy with my work, they're not happy with my work. What can I do? I'm doing the best I can. Here, coach. I'll play the best I can. Right? Am I good enough? Am I good enough? It's that simple, right? Felt good. We all tried. No, that's not what it's about. It's, I'm not okay. Maybe I can play sports well enough to impress everybody, and then I'll be okay. So then it's not okay if you sit on the bench, is it? It drives you crazy to sit on a bench and you're embarrassed. It's just a terrible thing. You don't want anybody to see you. It's like it has the opposite effect of everything you were looking for. That's why all this disturbance and difficulty is taking place. Because you're not coming to grips with the fact that it's not okay in there. It's not. Net is a spiritual person at some point takes this journey seriously and looks inside and says, I'm not okay. And the world owes me nothing. Why would the world owe me anything? There's no way that this world...
Now he's getting a lot deeper, because I thought Michael Singer was like a motivational speaker, but I guess he's a guy that talks about spirituality a little bit. But all right, here we go.
Is here to fix my problem. That is not why either evolution or God created the heavens and earth. If it was total random events that all came together from the...
Sorry, I don't mean to be yawning. Trust me, sometimes when you yawn, it just happens out of nowhere. Like, I don't feel tired. I don't feel bored. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. So, I don't know why I yawned.
Beginning of the Big Bang, and they just evolved themselves all the way out with survival of the fittest. They didn't do it for you. And if in 6 days, 7 days, whatever it is, God created the heavens and earth and just made the whole thing, and the flood happened, and Noah did his thing, and all that took place, it wasn't for you. It was not so that when you have a problem, she shows up, right? And everything's just that way. It's like, it's not here for you. You're sitting inside, you're not okay, and you're in a world that really has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the forces of nature. It has to do with the laws of cause and effect. It's just like the weather. So you stop thinking it owes you anything.
This is so good.
Nobody owes you anything. The world is not the solution to your problem. Other people are not the solution to your problem. They're not the cause.
Okay, that's a big one right there, what he just said. Other people are not the solution to your problem. That's why I'm a big believer in whatever your happiness is, you have to create that within yourself. You can't let what's going on outside... Oh, sorry. I hit the mic. You can't let what's going on outside. You can't let the 3D world dictate your mood, your behaviors, your thoughts, your feelings. And believe me, I know it's easier said than done, but that's my journey. That's what I'm working on. That's my process. Not letting what happens on the outside world affect my internal world.
Because of your problem, they're outside, you're inside. You're trying to make them the solution to your problem. You're trying to say, I'm not okay, fix it. I'm not okay, get this way so that I feel okay. Everybody, listen up. Woo! Here's the program. This is what will make me okay. Get with it. Do it. You say it to everybody, one way or another. You stop doing that. And you sit there and say, I'm not okay. That's an inner problem. It has to have an inner solution. The outside is not the problem, therefore the outside cannot be the solution. The best it can do is be a Band-Aid put on top of it, and then you have to struggle to keep it that way. And you just finally get to the point of waking up and saying, I don't want to do that. I don't want to bother everybody else. I don't want to butt my head against every single thing in this world, because I got my preconceived notion of how it should be. I want to fix my problem, and that problem's inside. But I'm telling you, you must go through the stage of realizing that your solution is not outside. And they never said it was, and nobody owes you anything. If you're not okay inside...
You know, I just find it kind of hilarious that, because I'm live streaming this right now, if you're watching this on the recording, I had maybe 20 viewers before we started listening to this, and now I'm at 16 viewers. How funny is that? Like, the most profound thing that I'm hearing, and seems like no one really cares. But that's the thing. Why is that upsetting me? Why is that bothering me? Because I care too fucking much about the outcome.
Get to work. You have work to do. You're supposed to be okay inside. It's supposed to be wonderful in there. You're supposed to be happy and filled with love for no reason. No matter what anyone does, no matter what happens to you, no matter what takes place. And I mean literally no
That's
matter.
the goal.
You're filled with love, filled with peace, and filled with joy, and you couldn't care less.
That's the goal.
Every moment you do the best you can with everything you do, and you couldn't care less what happens.
Right.
That's yoga. That's the essence of all spirituality. So when you do that, then you look outside and you say, this world owes me nothing. I think it's a beautiful stage. The world owes me nothing. I have no right to demand anything of anybody. If I'm not okay, it is a problem inside of me, and I'm going to work on it. And I'm not going to bother anybody else with it, anybody. I'm here to enjoy and experience and express and serve, not take. And as long as I'm not okay, I'm taking, unless I'm working with myself. So now you're in a good position. You are now at the root of mind. Because what you're going to see every single time is that the reason your mind talks is just trying to solve that problem. And eventually when you get clear enough and you can sit with your problem, so clear means is I see I'm not okay, and that's okay. It's okay that I'm not okay. I'm not freaking out. It's okay. I went on a date with her, and I kind of had some stuff going. I see it. And she then went out with somebody else, and I'm freaking out. It's funny. Look at that thing in there. It's nuts. Well, I ain't bothering her, and I ain't bothering him, and I ain't even bothering me. It's just I knew there was a part that wasn't okay, and there it is, being not okay. That's your starting position.
Right.
You have to be willing to look.
I'm not really getting a lot of people, like the chat's not as active as it was previously. Like, are you guys, anyone watching this or listening to this, are you getting anything out of this at all? Let me know.
In the eyes, just look right at it and see it without trying to solve it and without freaking out. Until you can do that, it's going to run you. Because the moment it starts to not be okay, you're going to be out there doing what it wants you to do. And you'll see at that point that when you have something that's not okay inside, your mind starts a mile a minute. And what you learn to do is not listen to it. You don't fight it. You don't try to be okay. You just notice this pattern that there's a part that's not okay, and the mind is talking. Oh, my goodness. And the more it's not okay, the more the sucker talks. You're trying to use things to be okay. When you cease to do that, your whole relationship with your mind changes. You have to be comfortable with the fact that there's something inside you that's not okay. Feels insecurity, feels fear, whatever the heck it is. And you learn to sit with it. Now, once you can sit with it, then something very great happens. You look at it, you sit there and say, no, why would I not be okay? You know, I'm sitting on a planet, sitting in the middle of nowheres. It really doesn't make any difference what happens. I'm going to die pretty soon. Certainly, I don't care what age you are, it's pretty soon in relationship to the 5 billion years that the Earth is, all right?
That's
it's
true.
Just a blink of an eye, and you're just one of these billions and trillions that have passed through. So you sit with it, and you say to yourself one day, I don't care what happens. I'm going to do the best I can at everything. every relationship, every interaction, every work I do, everything I do and do the best I can, and I don't care what happens. Yeah. Wait till you see what that does to your thought patterns. Because it cuts them off. It undercuts the entire reason that your mind is so active. You have this opportunity to jam and do an audition before somebody with some music.
Okay. See, it's funny. I didn't even know he was going to talk about this stuff. Like dating and then playing music with a band. It's like everything I can relate to.
Hey, you want to do it? Sure. Are you scared? No. Why would you be scared? You don't care what happens. You're only scared because you care about the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You're not scared to play your instrument. You play your instrument all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You play before all kinds of people.
Yep.
Why would you be scared to play before this person? Because you care if the person likes what you're doing.
Yeah,
you care that you get the gig. Because you care that
oh man,
no, that's no good. You went the wrong way the entire way.
Guys, I'm not. I don't know if like my face is portraying this well enough. I think this just might be one of, if not the top 5 greatest things on YouTube I've ever seen. Like everything he is talking about, I understand it. I know where he's coming from. It is so true. And I guess the difficult part about this is internalizing it and living it. Because I can even see it right now inside me. My viewer count on this current live stream as I'm recording this continues to go down, 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 more and more. I had like 21 people at most. Now it's dropped to 13. And I'm saying that out loud to catch myself because I can feel it. Like everything that he's saying as an example, it's all like going all on in here. It's like, oh no, oh God, I'm losing viewers. No shit, why is this happening? All that internal war, that clutter, it's happening. But guess what? I'm able to feel it, but I'm not giving into it. It's an amazing feeling to notice.
You do the best you can because of the joy of doing the best you can. And you literally do not care about the outcome. If the person...
Michael Brock says, I'm bored by the video, but that's because... I don't know if what your age is, and maybe I'm being too harsh by what my next statement is, but you might be bored by this video, but I feel like there are tons of people right now where this can help a lot. So if anyone who's not in the chat room right now, when I upload this later, they might really resonate with this message. And I want to make sure they can see it, and because this is really blowing my mind.
Thinks you're the best musician ever walked the face of the earth and they want you to cut records, then I guess you'll cut records. If the person thinks, God, you're good for the kids and, keep doing it, knock yourself out. And say, thank you. It was fun. I had a fun day. What'd you do today? I went on an audition. What'd you do today? I started a career. What's the difference? You're going to die soon. The question is, are you enjoying the experience?
Oh, wow.
If you enjoyed going to the audition and that was fun, you enjoyed doing the best you could, and you just enjoy whatever happened, then the answer is yes, I enjoy it. If you only enjoy it, if the person says you are, it's not enough that he says, all right, we want you to record. I want the best contract, and I want to be treated as the best one that you ever had, or I'm disappointed. You could do that, couldn't you? Mine wouldn't have any trouble doing that, would it? It's like, don't you see the thing is ruining your life? This is how you undercut it. It's so busy caring, and you sit there and say, I don't. I'm indifferent. That's your mantra. I'm indifferent. Now notice, I said
forgot that banner was still up.
It's not like lazy. It's not like I don't care, I'm not going to do anything. No way. That doesn't work. You do the best you can, and you let go of any part of you that cares about the outcome. And what you're going to see is the party that's not okay, that's scared, nervous, and self-conscious. And all
that scared part?
Start to fall away.
Whoops.
Because
Sorry.
it has nothing...
Shoot, let me go back.
The outcome. And what you're going to see is the party that's not okay, that's scared, nervous.
Yeah, the scared, nervous, self-conscious part, that's the part that I fight with every single day. And thanks to this video, and thanks to Michael Singer, I'm learning, if I feel it, let it be, and move on. It's all very important stuff. Like, I don't know, like, you know, and I apologize if it's looking like it's not blowing my mind, like if you're not seeing that on the outside, but like this is, I guess, you know, he's talking about playing in a band a little bit, going for auditions. This is really striking a chord within me. Like, holy shit, like, I need to see more of this guy. Because he just might be the most wise person I have ever seen or heard in this case.
And self-conscious and all that kind of junk is going to start to fall away because it has nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Therefore, the events that it used to get all freaked out about, and nervous about, and so on, don't bother anymore.
Right.
Because it didn't set a preconceived notion about what it wanted to happen. When it said, okay, I'm going to go to the audition, well, what do I want? You just say, I'm indifferent to yourself. I'm indifferent. It doesn't matter. I win either way. It's just the fun of doing it. But you say, but it's not true because my heart really, I don't care. I'm serious. If you start owning and giving in to the party that's not okay, then you'll be the party that's not okay. You have to start dealing with a deeper part of yourself, a part that says, I'm sitting on a planet, spinning around the middle of nowheres, and I'm going to die. And the question is not whether I'm going to sit on the planet. I am going to sit on the planet. And the question is not whether I'm going to die. I am going to die. The question is, am I enjoying the journey? Not am I going to become, a gold artist. Not am I going to become rich. No, am I enjoying the journey? Not am I going to get married. Not am I going to have children. Nope. Am I enjoying the journey? That's the question. You were given this life on this planet, and you're going to die, and you're a fool.
See, that's the thing. For so many years, like, let's say from between the ages of... From the ages of... Yeah, I mean, I can say that. From the ages of 24 until 28, I was not enjoying my journey. Wait, why did that come back up? I thought I was not enjoying the journey at all. I was fighting myself saying, why does my journey have to be like this? Why is it like this? I hate it. I don't want it to be this way. I want it to change. I want it to change. I want it to change. But now, I'm so happy to say, finally, since the age of 29, I am now able to say I'm enjoying the journey. Whoops. Sorry. Man, why does that keep popping back up?
Fool if you are not enjoying every single moment of the experience. How do you enjoy every single moment of the experience? Somebody will look at you like you're crazy. You can't enjoy every moment of the experience. Sometimes things will go your way and sometimes they won't. Wrong. Not if you don't have a way. If you don't have a way, if your way is the way, the Tao, if your way is the way, then your way is, I do the best that I can every single moment for the joy of doing the best that I can, and that is the end of it. That's the beginning and end of the entire thing. I have no preconceived notions about the outcomes, nothing. I have no regrets about the past. I have no fears or hopes about the future. I am totally and completely enjoying and fulfilled with doing the best I can in the moment. Now all of a sudden the mind has nothing to say. And because the mind has nothing to say, and because you haven't built all these notions, you're not scared anymore. Imagine not being scared. Well, that'd be a novelty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And you also don't need anything. Why would you need anything? Sweep the floor. Yeah, okay. Go run the country. Okay. Doesn't matter. Same. You just do the best you can with whatever's before you, and you have the equal amount of joy as anybody could have with anything. There is no winning, there is no losing, there's no better, there's no worse. There's just the joy of doing the best you can with whatever it is. And then if there are parts of you that can't do that, those are the parts that are not okay. You let them go.
Yeah.
You just keep doing the best you can, and you let go any part of you that can't get with the program. You just relax and release. And it will fall off. I guarantee you it will fall off. If you don't feed it, it cannot stay. And your mind will start to get quieter and quieter and quieter. When you don't use your mind to try to figure out how to be okay, you ain't got nothing to say. It's just amazing. Like, literally, you go to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, I don't know, I think you might have cancer. I'm sorry to tell you, but you might. I'm not sure yet. And it will take 3 months to figure it out. I want that when you walk away from that doctor, you never think about it again until you go in there in 3 months and he tells you whether you got it or not. Because there is no benefit to drive yourself crazy for 3 months. I want you to enjoy those 3 months.
That's exactly what my old self would have done. Is if I got a diagnosis like that from my doctor, I would be freaking out the entire 3 months. That is absolutely what I would have been doing.
Months, as much or more than you've ever enjoyed any other 3 months that could ever. In fact, it's the only rational thing to do. If you don't have cancer and you went to the bother of bothering yourself for 3 months and being a neurotic mess and doing all that stuff when in truth you didn't have it, then was that smart? No. If you do have cancer and 3 months later you find you have cancer, you probably wish that you had used those last 3 months more meaningfully than being all upset and worrying about whether you have cancer. That little example I just gave you about cancer is about everything. The only rational thing to do is to enjoy what you're doing. Why? Because it's what you're doing. Everything else is either worrying about the past, which is dead, or getting involved with thinking about the future and worrying about the future, which hasn't happened yet. There is no joy in that. There is nothing. And so eventually you just catch on. That is your relationship with your mind.
Wow.
You say to your mind, you are no longer employed to solve my problem of not being okay.
Wow. Oh, that is huge. You are no longer... Wait. What did it say?
To solve...
You are no longer employed to solve my problem of not being okay. That is one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. I'm not even kidding. I hope you can see how much this is, like, I'm absorbing this message. Like, I don't know if you could see a difference in my body language, my tone of voice, my overall mood from how I am right now in this moment versus how I was when this live stream started. Like, I don't know. It's like, I just feel... It feels like a giant weight has been lifted hearing this, truly.
My problem of not being okay. And the moment you start hearing your mind talking, you just don't listen to it. And if you don't, it'll stop. And then your life is very simple. You do the best you can at whatever you're doing. You say, but what will happen? Life will happen to you. And you'll do the best you can with it. Can you see that? The beauty of that. Just do the best you can with whatever life does. If you're playing golf and you hit in the rough, be the best hit out of the rough player. Don't sit there and say, it didn't land on the fairway, so I can't enjoy my round of golf. Every single part of it is fun. You just be the best at whatever it is. And you just do the best you can from wherever that is. Eventually, you will catch on to the joy of that. It means nothing can ever go wrong. It means you can never have a problem. It means no one can disappoint you. No one can do anything. It's just beautiful all the time. And your mind doesn't have to think or talk. It went on a vacation. It's unemployed. And so you have all this Shakti. Imagine how much energy your mind wastes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
yours now.
Wow.
That's all the stuff your mind was wasting.
Yes. God, I've never seen anything where throughout this entire video, every single thing I'm hearing, I'm like, yes, that makes sense. Yes. I've never heard it being mentioned that way, but it makes so much more sense now that you explain it like that. Yes. Like, wow. Oh, God, guys. Oh, man. Michael Singer just might be my new favorite person to listen to. Like, holy crap. I don't even know what he looks like, but this is... I don't know how old he is. I don't know what his age is. I don't know how old... I don't know what he looks like. But holy shit. I'm going to add this guy to my Mount Rushmore of my favorite people to listen to for advice on anything. Michael Singer, Dr. K, Aaron Doty, Joe Dispenza.
Spinning his wheels and going crazy. All the Shakti naturally starts to center inside of you when you do this. So the path is not complicated, is it? It's so simple. And it happens to be the depth of all the deep teachings. Summary. Do the best that you can at whatever you're doing. Don't judge what you're doing, and don't judge how you did. Just know, if you knew you did the best that you can, what right do you have to judge anything? You did the best that you can.
Yeah.
You let the rest go.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Your mind will stop. You will enjoy your life. You'll be a blessing to everyone around you. How would you not be? Imagine interacting with somebody who did the best they can and they didn't ask for anything back.
Mm.
We call them saints.
Wow.
This is how simple it is. Instead of the complete crazy complexity that the mind creates, work with these things, see what happens.
Oh, okay, yeah, he definitely looks like a wise person. What is that? He's got the mustache and the glasses, white hair. He's got a ponytail. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a guy who knows what he's talking about. Just hearing what he's saying, seeing, oh, that's what he looks like. Okay. Man, I don't know if you can see it on my face. That blew my mind. That I think that I'm just sitting here like stunned, but man, it's like, seriously, it's like there was me before watching this or listening to this, and then there's me after listening to this. It's like everything that I was previously worried about, especially right now. Like, I used to be so scared of, oh no, I'm not going to pay my rental car for Uber on time. I'm not going to pay my rent for this mobile home on time. Oh God, I'm spending so much time trying to worry about, oh no, YouTube is going to be upset with the copyright thing, or I'm so upset that my PlayStation 5 and my guitar and my two of my guitars are currently in the pawn shop. Now it's like I'm not thinking about any of that anymore. I'm just thinking about just breathe in and breathe out. And man, that is so amazing. Like, I really, really hope that the message in this resonated with the people watching this as much as it did for me. But yeah, that was the root cause of everything. I care too much about the outcome. Maybe, and this can apply for everything in life. Maybe that's why I'm saying, oh, I'm not a good enough guitar player. I'm not a good enough bass player. I'm not a good enough singer, because I'm worried too much that of what the damn YouTube comments are gonna say, or I'm worried about my appearance. I'm worried about any of this stuff. It's like, or I'm worried, oh, there's a pretty girl. Go and talk to her. Hi, how are you? And it's like, I'm going to just enjoy the moment. I'm not gonna think, oh, does she like me? Does she not like me? Does she like me? Does she not like me? Will she say yes if I ask her out? Will she say no if I ask her out? It's like, now I'm learning. Let all of it go. What an amazing thing I just listened to.